at the heart of Lebanon's Beqaa Valley, where the first light of morning brushes the limestone hills. A silent city awakens. Its name is Baalbeck, the city of the sun. These ruins are older than memory, older than empires. Columns rise like frozen rays of light, their shadows stretching across a plain that has seen the footsteps of Phoenicians, Romans, Arabs, and perhaps someone else. Baalbeck has always been more than stone. It is a question, a whisper from an age when men looked to the sky and built in its image. Who carved these colossal foundations? Who laid blocks heavier than aircraft with a precision engineers still debate? And what secret were they trying to preserve in the heart of the mountains? Today, we begin a journey into the unknown, through myth, history, and the timeless silence of the stones. Baalbeck's mystery begins not in its temples but in its foundations. Here lies the trilithon, 3 blocks of stone, each weighing nearly 1,000 tons, stacked with a precision finer than a human hair. Beside them rests the stone of the pregnant woman, a monolith abandoned mid-quarry, as if the builders simply vanished. Engineers calculate, archaeologists argue, yet no one truly knows how these giants were moved. To lift even one would demand cranes that did not exist for another 2,000 years. Ancient texts called Baalbeck the seat of the gods. Local legend speaks of Nimrod, the giant who sought to reach heaven, and of angels who descended to teach man the art of the stone. Others say these were landing platforms for beings who came from the stars. The myths differ, but the awe is the same. These stones are too vast to be coincidence, too perfect to be accident. Each groove and seam seems placed by hands that understood forces we are only rediscovering today. When you stand before them, the air hums. The stones seem alive, as if still resonating with the sound of their makers. Above the megalithic base rose a masterpiece, the Temple of Jupiter, once crowned by 6 columns still piercing the sky. Even in ruin, it dwarfs imagination. Each column stands over 20 meters tall, carved from a single piece of granite. Their alignment follows the rising of the sun on the summer solstice. At dawn, light floods the altar in a line so precise it seems intentional, as if geometry itself were a prayer. The Romans claimed this city as their own. They draped it in marble, inscribed Latin on its gates, and dedicated it to their gods. But even the Romans admitted they built upon something older, something they could not replicate. Perhaps the purpose of Baalbeck was not worship, but energy. Some theorists see the platform as a power resonance chamber, the stones tuned to vibrate at the Earth's natural frequency. When sound waves met sunlight, the temple could have been a literal amplifier of life. Science calls it speculation. Yet when you stand among the columns and speak, the echo seems endless, circling back like a memory from another age. History names the Romans as architects, but their genius was decoration, not creation. The deeper one digs beneath Baalbeck, the more the story unravels. The lower stones bear no Roman chisel marks. Their patterns match nothing found in Italy or Greece. They belong to another chapter, one erased before writing began. Some point to the Phoenicians, masters of the sea who honored Baal, the storm god. Others whisper of pre-flood civilizations that mapped the stars and moved mountains. In the 19th century, explorers noticed the same pattern from Peru to Egypt. Massive polygonal blocks, seismic proof, perfectly interlocked. Could Baalbeck be a fragment of that global design? A forgotten network built to withstand time itself? Perhaps the builders were not gods but humans who understood nature so deeply that their work became indistinguishable from myth. They vanished, leaving only silence and questions that echo louder with every discovery. Today, Baalbeck lives again. Children play where emperors once stood. Every summer, the sound of violins fills the same air that carried hymns to Jupiter. Life continues between the pillars of eternity. Tourists photograph the ruins, unaware they are walking upon stones that defy explanation. Scientists measure. Poets listen. Both search for meaning in the same vibration that still hums through the earth. The mystery of Baalbeck may never be solved, but perhaps it was never meant to be. Perhaps its builders wanted us to wonder, to remember that human hands once touched the impossible. As the sun sets behind the mountains, its final rays crown the ancient columns in gold. And for a moment, the valley glows again as the city of the sun. Some stones are carved to last 1,000 years. These were carved to outlive understanding.